Welcome back to Shem's Universe. So today, guys, we're going to go over why enemy energy is actually better for you. It's actually a very beneficial thing that you can actually use to manifest a lot in life. So when I'm talking about enemy energy, what I mean by that is in numerology, Chinese astrology, regular variations of astrology, these enemy components actually make a better person. And you have to actually look and understand your chart and analyze why. What your enemy represents is it's actually just a teacher to you, meaning it's a teaching energy, it's a restructuring energy, it's a revising energy, it's there to sharpen you. So a lot of my rats this year are worried about because they're in the horse year. What you guys need to understand is that as rats, you guys are like the overlord trine. You guys are the trine that does very, very well when things are going good for you. The horse is actually the opposite. The horse is able to actually take negative experiences and turn them into positive ones because they have a very strong sense of endurance. So what the horse is actually trying to teach you, it's not your enemy. What it's trying to teach you is that you need to actually learn how to endure in life. And that's my little side note for rats. That's just some free game. So you have to learn how to actually have a fair amount of endurance, and you'll actually do very well in your particular enemy year. Everybody's enemy years are different. So what you have to understand, guys, is when enemy years are standing for reconstruction or restructuring of your ideals, meaning your mindset and the way in which you move in the world, the way you operate, you then begin to realize that life in itself is then very simple. In your friendly years, you can go hard, and in your enemy years is a time to actually not lay low. You want to be more committed and more systemized, because what your enemy year wants you to do is learn a particular lesson. I've said in videos in the past that you should embody the energy or embody the mannerisms of your enemy sign. But if you actually want to know how to defeat your enemy year in general, whether it be Chinese astrology enemy years, whether it be numeric enemy years, this hidden facet is actually within tropical and within sidereal Vedic astrology. Now, what we looked at is we find that people that have hard square positions, being 90 degrees of certain planets in their natal chart, that is actually telling you something that's actually very good for you. People, when they define, especially even astrologers I've dealt with, they'll be like, oh, you have your sun squaring Saturn, so that's really bad. And I'm like, that's actually amazing, because that means that your sun, your sense of self-identity, is being challenged by Saturn directly. So what usually happens is you get a person that has a lot of limiting experiences in life that restrict them. So they end up getting the, I'm not belief system, but the inspiration to make a better reality for themselves. And then through that inspiration, usually it's through some sort of emotion. Sometimes it's a dark or a negative emotion, whether it be sadness, depression, anger, resentment, whatever it may be. But they're like, I got to get out of my position. I got to do better. And all of a sudden you have this person that's like supercharged. That's all of a sudden a big time celebrity. And they're telling you their biography, their life story of all the trials and tribulations they went through. And you watch their podcast. That's how it goes. So people that have hard positions in their natal chart, everybody has certain things that are like trined, squared, what have you. I want you guys today to look at your own natal chart and look at what squares you actually have in your natal chart, because those squares are telling you how to defeat your enemy energy. Your enemy energy is going to be apparent in your natal chart, whether it be Chinese astrology or numerology. Meaning if you're somebody that's going to have an enemy energy that's going to be pushing you towards discipline, you're going to know through your natal chart. If it's pushing you to be more bold and have boundaries, you're going to know through that natal chart. So it's actually understanding what the squares in your chart mean and which astrology you subscribe to, whether it be tropical astrology or typical sidereal Vedic astrology. But through that, if you're able to identify what planets are squared in your chart, you will then see how to defeat the, I don't almost say illusory enemies, because this reality is yours to shift as you will. So you have to just learn how to control yourself. And the more you learn to control yourself is the more your outer reality will become apparent of that, because everything will be in harmony around you. Your environment will be impeccable. It's a thing. So enemy energy is very beneficial, guys, because you have to understand that enemy energy is there to sharpen you. It's there to actually make you a better person. It's there to make you view things from a different perspective that you wouldn't have otherwise. So that's the whole idea. The other thing is, a lot of people will ask me, well, Shem, I have like enemy numbers as like my birth and life path number. And I'm like, that's even better luck. Like, let's say you have somebody who's like a 3 and a 4, right? A 3 and a 4 is going to be somebody who's creative, but very hardworking. If they were just a 3 and let's say maybe a 2 or a 1, that's good too, but 3 and 4 are considered to be opposition because they're right next to each other. Every number right next to there's a polarizing opposite force with each other, just so you guys are aware. So the reason I'm using the example of 3 and 4 is because 3 usually has a tendency to laziness and even sometimes lethargy, because they're just like, yeah, whatever, like, you know, what's life anyways. They're optimistic, but at the same time they can be very lethargic towards the future or their goals. So the same thing goes for when you have the 3 and then the 4 in the play. The 4 is obsessed with future goals. The 4 is always obsessed with what comes next. How can I make it better tomorrow? How can I develop stability in my life, or maintain stability at very least? So as a result, those numbers actually benefit one another. I'm a 7 and an 8. Those are enemy numbers too. People oftentimes don't realize that. I don't mean enemy as in like, oh, if you're an 8 and a 7, you're going to get screwed over. Not like that. But they're polarizing energies. So 7 is very spiritual. 8's very materialistic. Look what I'm doing. I'm literally online talking to you guys about spirituality, and I sell readings and I do crypto. That's the mix of the numbers. There's a balance there. When you're just a 7, 7s can suffer from depression, and I'd more so say they're lethargic than 3s by far, for sure. And they can be directionless. But if you have a number like 8 there with you, 8 is very direction based. 8 is all about what's tangible, what's happening now. So the balance of the dichotomy between my personality has been the spiritual side that's eccentric and that likes to dream and fantasize, and then you have the rational side through the 8 that's telling me, you know, you need to get this done. We need a to-do list. We need to make sure we get things done. We can't just be smoking or drinking and nothing's happening in life. You know what I'm saying? So it balances everything out. The 7 also balances out the 8 because it brings the 8 back to a grounding of spirituality and realizing that materialism isn't everything either. So all these things encompass and benefit one another. So understand, guys, that your enemy energy is there to benefit you, but you have to know how to create a formula that will allow it to benefit you. What I've given you guys today is free game. You're not going to hear this from any other astrologists online. I've never heard it being repeated. I've noticed it myself. Your planet square, whichever one of their planets square in your natal chart, look at that, understand it, and then be able to define, okay, well, these planets are squared, so what does that actually mean to me? Where's the challenge here? Is it the challenge going to be that I'm too timid for conflicts? Is the challenge going to be that maybe I'm let me see, I'm not disciplined enough? That's always the obvious. I'm an 8, I always talk about discipline. Or maybe it's going to be family. It could be a host of different things, guys. But when you understand what the squares in your natal chart mean, is the more you're going to be able to actually self-actualize and self-improve very, very quickly. Because now you're using the enemy energies and you're actually treating the enemy as you should. The enemy is your greatest teacher. When you treat the enemy as your greatest teacher, you then understand and become detached from this third dimension reality. You realize that everything has a duality. The friendly energy is good and bad for you. The negative or enemy energy is good and bad for you. Everything encompasses and comes full circle. All right, so I hope this didn't go too much over you guys' heads. Enjoy. I'll be back with some more basic info tomorrow in respects to different type of videos that apply to directly just money and how to do that. But yeah, it's going to be fun, guys. We're almost at this astrological new year. That's when a lot of my new stuff's going to come out after March 21st, 22nd is when I'm more so going to be introducing new subject matter to the channel. So thank you guys so much for watching and for staying with me for the last, I'd say, 6 years. March 28th is the birthday or anniversary of my YouTube page. So yeah, we're going to be going very, very hard this next coming year. Thank you guys again so much for watching. I'll be back with some more. Peace.